You won't believe how close England came to crashing out of the FIFA World Cup before finding a way to survive. This wasn't a perfect performance. In fact, England struggled for long stretches, made costly mistakes, and needed their biggest stars to step up when it mattered most. But when the pressure reached its highest point, this team showed exactly why they're still alive in the tournament. The final score says England are through to the World Cup semi-finals, but the story behind that result is far more dramatic than anyone expected. From the opening whistle, England looked determined to control possession. Thomas Tuchel's side pushed the tempo early, moving the ball confidently and forcing Norway to spend long periods defending inside their own half. England had plenty of the ball, but controlling possession and creating clear chances are two completely different things. Norway stayed organized, waited patiently, and looked ready to punish England the moment they made a mistake. England's biggest attacking threat came through Harry Kane dropping deep to link play while Jude Bellingham pushed into advanced positions. It's a partnership that has carried England throughout this tournament, and once again it looked like their best route toward goal. Still, despite dominating possession, England struggled to break through Norway's disciplined defensive shape. Then came the moment that changed everything. A careless mistake in midfield completely shifted the momentum. England gave the ball away in a dangerous area, allowing Norway to launch a quick attack before England could recover their defensive shape. Suddenly, the confidence England had built during the opening minutes disappeared. Norway sensed the opportunity. One attack became another. Their confidence grew with every forward run, and after the hydration break, the entire rhythm of the match changed. England looked slower on the ball, while Norway played with increasing belief. The pressure continued building until Norway finally found the breakthrough. A spectacular strike flew toward goal and caught everyone by surprise. Whether it was intended as a cross or a shot hardly mattered anymore. The ball found the back of the net, sending the Norwegian fans into celebration while England stood frozen in disbelief. Just minutes earlier England had looked completely in control. Now they were chasing the game. That goal exposed exactly what Thomas Tuchel would later criticize after the match. It wasn't about effort. It wasn't about heart. It was about quality. England suddenly became sloppy in possession. Their passing lost its sharpness, and simple technical mistakes invited Norway back into a game they had struggled to influence during the opening stages. Norway nearly made England pay again. Their confidence exploded after taking the lead, and another dangerous attack almost doubled the advantage. England looked shaken. Every loose touch created another nervous moment. Every misplaced pass increased the pressure. The crowd could feel momentum swinging completely toward Norway. This was becoming England's toughest test of the tournament. But great teams often respond through great players. As the first half approached its closing moments, Anthony Gordon received the ball on the left side and immediately spotted Jude Bellingham making another intelligent run into the penalty area. Gordon delivered an excellent pass, but what happened next was pure individual brilliance. Bellingham's first touch instantly created space. His movement forced the defender onto the back foot before he calmly finished past the goalkeeper to bring England level. Just like that, everything changed again. Instead of heading into halftime frustrated and trailing, England suddenly had belief again. Bellingham didn't simply score an equalizer. He completely shifted the emotional momentum of the match. His awareness, composure, and ability to deliver in the biggest moments once again reminded everyone why he has become England's most important player. It also highlighted something England have relied on throughout this World Cup. Whenever pressure reaches its highest level, either Harry Kane or Jude Bellingham finds a solution. Norway, however, will look back at one moment with real regret. Before England equalized, Norway created what could have been the biggest chance of the game. With numbers forward and Erling Haaland available in space, the final pass never arrived. Instead of playing the simple ball across for what could have been a clear scoring opportunity, the attack broke down. Against elite teams, missed chances often come back to haunt you. And that's exactly what happened. England punished Norway almost immediately. Going into halftime at 1-1 felt completely different from being one goal behind. England had survived their worst spell of the match, but everyone watching knew improvements were needed. Norway had proven they could hurt England whenever they lost concentration. The bigger question now became whether Thomas Tuchel would make changes. His players had shown commitment and determination, but several performances clearly fell below their usual standards. England's passing lacked speed, their decision-making became rushed under pressure, and too many technical mistakes allowed Norway to believe they could pull off one of the tournament's biggest upsets. Still, England had something Norway couldn't match: big game experience. Players like Kane and Jude Bellingham have repeatedly delivered under enormous pressure, and even though England hadn't produced their best football, they were still level entering the second half. Sometimes that's all a championship team needs. The opening 4 to 5 minutes had delivered drama, momentum swings, individual brilliance, costly mistakes, and one unforgettable equalizer. But the biggest moments of the night were still waiting. The second half would bring controversial decisions, VAR drama, tactical changes, heroic defending, emotional reactions, and one interview from Tuchel that would dominate headlines long after the final whistle. And that's where this incredible World Cup quarter-final truly came alive. The second half began with one question hanging over the stadium: could England finally take control, or would Norway complete one of the biggest surprises of the tournament? Tuchel clearly wasn't satisfied with what he had seen before half-time, and his team came back looking more aggressive. England increased the intensity, pressed higher up the field, and moved the ball with greater purpose. It wasn't perfect, but there was far more urgency than in the closing stages of the first half. Norway, though, refused to back down. Every challenge became a battle. Every loose ball mattered. Every attack carried the feeling that one moment could decide who reached the World Cup semi-finals. England thought they had found another breakthrough when Kane put the ball into the net, but the celebrations were cut short. The goal was ruled out, keeping the score level and reminding England they would have to earn every single chance. Rather than letting frustration take over, England stayed patient. That patience would soon be tested again. Norway pushed forward with another dangerous attack and eventually believed they had scored. The ball crossed the line, their players celebrated, and for a brief moment it looked like England had fallen behind once again. Then everyone waited. VAR stepped in. After reviewing the play, officials ruled that Erling Haaland had committed a push on an England defender during the build-up. The goal was disallowed, and England received a massive lifeline. It was one of those moments that completely changed the emotion inside the stadium. Norway's celebrations instantly turned into disappointment, while England suddenly had another chance to take control. Those fine margins are what define World Cup football. One decision can change an entire tournament. England responded by increasing the pressure once again. Jude Bellingham continued covering every blade of grass, constantly making himself available, winning important duels, and driving his teammates forward. His influence wasn't just about scoring goals. He became the emotional leader every time England needed confidence. The substitutes also made an important impact. Fresh legs brought new energy into England's attack. Morgan Rogers grew stronger as the match continued, while the players coming off the bench matched the intensity of those already on the field. Instead of slowing down, England looked more dangerous with every passing minute. Still, Norway refused to disappear. They defended bravely, blocked shots, and continued searching for opportunities whenever England left space behind. The match became increasingly physical as both teams understood that one mistake could end their World Cup dream. As the game wore on, fatigue became impossible to ignore. Players on both sides were exhausted after chasing every ball in difficult conditions. Decision-making became harder. Legs grew heavier. But sometimes football isn't won by the freshest team. It's won by the team that refuses to quit. That fighting spirit appeared once again for England. A dangerous attack ended with Morgan Rogers testing the goalkeeper. The initial effort was brilliantly saved, but the rebound bounced perfectly into a dangerous area. While defenders hesitated for a split second, Jude Bellingham reacted instantly. He anticipated the loose ball before anyone else and calmly finished from close range. It wasn't the most spectacular goal of his career. It didn't need to be. It was the goal that sent England into the World Cup semi-finals. The finish showed exactly why elite players make the difference in major tournaments. While everyone else was reacting to the save, Bellingham had already predicted where the ball would fall. His awareness, determination, and instinct separated him from everyone around him. Champions always seem to appear at the biggest moments. England still had work to do. Norway threw everything forward in search of one final equalizer. Long balls flooded the penalty area. Every cross created tension. England's defenders were forced to put their bodies on the line, blocking shots and winning crucial headers as the pressure reached its highest level. One incredible defensive sequence summed up England's mentality. Players threw themselves in front of goal-bound efforts, refusing to allow Norway another clear opportunity. It wasn't pretty football, but it was courageous football. As the final whistle approached, there was even more drama. Jude Spence nearly added another goal for England before Norway managed to clear the danger. Every attack felt like it could produce another unforgettable moment, but England remained focused until the referee finally ended an unforgettable contest. England had survived. The scoreboard showed a 2-1 victory, but the story behind that result was much deeper than the final score. After the match, Tuchel delivered one of the night's biggest talking points. Despite reaching the World Cup semi-finals, the England manager admitted he wasn't happy with his team's overall performance. He praised the commitment and character of his players but openly admitted they had been sloppy, made too many technical mistakes, and were fortunate to come away with the win. It was a brutally honest assessment. For many managers, reaching a World Cup semi-final would be enough reason to celebrate without criticism. Tuchel chose a different path. He wanted everyone to understand that England still had another level to reach if they hoped to lift the trophy. Jude Bellingham saw things from another perspective. The England star praised his teammates for showing incredible character, perseverance, and togetherness. He spoke proudly about every player in the squad, including those who came off the bench, calling them warriors who never stopped believing. His message reflected exactly what England had shown throughout this tournament. When things become difficult, this team keeps fighting. Football analysts also agreed on one important point. England may not have produced their best football, but their resilience continues to carry them through difficult moments. The combination of world-class players like Kane and Jude Bellingham, mixed with a squad willing to battle until the very last second, makes England one of the most dangerous teams remaining in the competition. Norway also deserves enormous credit. They pushed England to the limit, played with courage, and forced one of the tournament favourites into one of its toughest matches.